I have made over $1 million in the last 2 years since I switched over to selling digital downloads on Etsy in 2022, and I now only work on this business a few hours a week on average, and it's still making me over 6 figures in revenue each year. So how am I making that much selling a $3 digital design on Etsy, and what actually matters when it comes to selling in this space and what it takes to be successful? Number one, you have to stand out. Gone are the days where you can just replicate a bestseller, change the font and the colors of the flowers, for example, and expect it to sell. If you are taking inspiration from bestsellers, you have to make it better and unique. You do have to stand out. Number two, mock-ups matter. Stop being so cheap. Really, stop buying the Canva mock-ups that aren't 3D. They don't look good and they are flat. We have tested this and they do not convert as well as the PSD mockups. And yes, I know that this requires you to use Photoshop and I hate it too, but you will thank me later. 3, do not chase the copycats. Once you get good, they will start copying you. It really is inevitable. Also, try being on YouTube and actually showing your shop. It's not a joke. Just stop copying me, really. Honestly, if we spent the time back in the day to contact the shops that were replicating the designs that I was making, we would have never gotten anything else done. It's really not worth your time at the end of the day, and eventually these shops get shut down because they are also selling things like Disney and Taylor Swift. It just takes them extra time. Number 4, when you are new, trends matter. Like, they really are the most important thing. You will never rank quickly for something like Christmas PNG design or teacher Tumblr wrap. So you really need to capitalize on emerging trends like something like pink coquette cute Christmas raccoon PNG design. For real. This is the sole purpose of my design club for Etsy, where I provide daily trending, low competition products and the AI prompts to create them to give you a head start. So check that out in the description below if that's something that interests you. And speaking of AI, that moves us into the next point. AI is here to stay, so let's embrace that. Last year, I was one of the last in my space to start using AI to create graphic designs, and my sales started to really show it. There was a definite anti-AI side and a pro side, and I ended up on the pro side, and most of the anti-AI people don't have shops anymore. So I think that that is really all there is to say about that one. Number 6, this kind of goes back to number 1 about standing out. Your design needs to be really good, and thankfully with AI, you can create just about anything. You just need to know how to prompt correctly. If you don't know how to prompt, you can learn. There are tons of YouTube channels out there that teach this. There are Skillshare courses, there is ChatGPT, and there are places like my community. Number 7, competition. There will always be competition. There will always be saturation. If there wasn't competition, then what you're selling probably isn't worth selling because nobody is buying it. It just becomes about beating the competition. And you do that with better designs. So just reference number 6. Number 8, this is the one that no one likes. You must have a backup plan. You don't own your Etsy shop, unfortunately, and they can shut you down for any reason, or you could break one too many of their policies and lose your shop. The reality is you need somewhere else that you can sell your items. Whether that is another marketplace like Creative Fabrica or Design Bundles, or your own site like I did by creating my own membership site. That way, if you ever get kicked off, I still have my hundreds of members who pay either monthly or annually for access to the same designs that I already create for Etsy. So that really is a form of passive income. Number 9, selling digital designs on Etsy is a volume game, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. There are many digital product niches that only require 20 to 40 products in their shop, like website templates or things like planners that have a higher price point. But in the design space where people are buying PNG designs or Tumblr wraps or junk journal kits or SVG files, volume is the name of the game, and this is because styles and trends are constantly changing and we are always moving into the next season or holiday. For example, the Christmas designs from 2023 are not going to sell very well this year because there are brand new trends out there this year, like the coquette bow thing, just as an example. And it's the same thing for evergreen things like occupations, like nurses and teachers designs. They will change because customers will always want the next newest and best style. And this leads me into number 10. Which is this type of digital downloads business is the farthest type of passive income digital product business that is out there. All over on YouTube, you see these videos about how to make blah, blah, blah a week passively selling digital downloads. And this type is, well, the opposite because, well, the nature of the type of the designs is crafters who use these types of files are often business owners who make and sell their own products, so they constantly need new designs for their customers, which is a good thing for us because we essentially always have an endless cycle of customers needing new designs. So if you are looking for the set it and forget it type of digital product business, I highly recommend that you look at something that you can create once, like an educational ebook or website templates, as those can be sold for much more and you do just create them once. If you are looking for how I make digital design sales quickly on Etsy, then I highly recommend that you watch this video next as I go over the 3 ways that I do that. And as always, thanks so much for watching.